ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री भवानी शंकराय नमः. श्री मात्रे नमः. जय शंकर. आयची ही धर्मसभा सभा प्रारंभ म्हणून सुरू करूया. ओम दक्षिणास्य समारंभा शंकराचार्य मध्यमा अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंता स्मर्या गुरु परंपरा श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरल्लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. परिज्ञानाश्रम श्रीगुरुशंकर परिज्ञानाश्रम शंकर सद्गुरु केशव वामन कृष्ण पांडुरंग आनंद परिज्ञान गुरु सद्योजात शंकर सद्गुरु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर् गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. जय शंकर. सर्वप्रथम देवी दुर्गा परमेश्वरी आणि मुख्यतः तृतीय परिज्ञानाश्रम स्वाम्यांगल सन्निधींतू मगले साष्टांग प्रणाम. तशीची स्वाम्यांगल चरण कमलांतू मगले कोटी कोटी प्रणाम. हांग उपस्थित आशिल्ल्या प्रमुख अतिथींगले तशीची श्री ट्रस्टाच्या विश्वस्तांगले हांव सहर्ष स्वागत करता. हांग आयिल सर्व साधकांगले तशीची लाईव्ह स्ट्रीम्स द्वारा आयचे या धर्मसभेन सहभागी झालेले सर्व साधकांगले सहर्ष स्वागत. As part of the Janmotsav celebrations of Shrimat Parijnanashram Swamiji Tritiya, we begin today's program with the Saraswat Bhushanam Awards. I would now request the President of the Standing Committee of Shri Chitrapur Math, Shri Praveen Kadle ma'am, to please come forward and tell us a little bit more about the Saraswat Bhushanam Awards.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Bhavani Shankaraya Namaha. Om Shri Matre Namaha. I'll speak partly in Konkani, partly in English, because if I have to introduce some of the dignitaries who are going to be awarded today with the award of Saraswat Bhushanam, then I certainly need to speak in English. So I'll speak partly in English, partly in Konkani. At the outset, I want to kind of do my pranam at the charan of Shrimat Sadyojat Shankarashram Swamiji, who is our 11th Guruji. And we are actually celebrating today. 15 June happens to be the birthday of Parijnanashram Swamiji Tritiya, whose samadhi is here. I bowed at the samadhi of the Parijnanashram Swamiji. As per the English calendar, it happens to be on 15 June. We usually celebrate it on 15 June, but this time 15 June happens to be the 14th and 15 June happen to be Amvasya Day. So we decided to celebrate this year the birthday on 13th of June. This also happens to be if Parijnanashram Swamiji had not taken the Samadhi in 1991, Parijnanashram Swamiji's, it would have been the 80th birthday. He would have, so he would have entered into 80th year. And there are, over the next 16 months, there are many such important events happening. 27 February 2027 happens to be the 30th anniversary of our Swamiji, Sadyojat Shankarashram Swamiji taking over as the Mathadipati. 15 June 2027 would be the completion and 80th birthday of Parijnanashram Swamiji. And of course, 12th October 2027 would be the 60th anniversary of Parijnanashram Swamiji becoming the Mathadipati. So for Chitrapur Saraswats and all the devotees, I'm not just talking about Chitrapur Saraswats, but also all the devotees of our Swamijis and our Guru Parampara, this period of 16 months is the most important period. And we are going to celebrate this period of 16 months, what is called, and Swamiji gave the right term or terminology for this period, called Parijnan Lahari. And this is period of 16 months for all of us is going to be important. And it was Swamiji's, I should say, proposition that we should start the beginning of this period of 16 months by awarding the people from our mutt as well as who have achieved prominence. But first and more important is people who have voluntarily, as seva, contributed significantly towards our mutt and all the affiliated institutions. So, and then of course there are other awards which Mohit Ma'am will talk about. But let me start with the first category of awards, which is the Saraswat Bhushanam Award, which is going to be given to 3 dignitaries today who have contributed significantly to MUT and all the MUT's affiliated institutions. So to start with, let me talk about or introduce you to Zia Mody. Perhaps to many people, Zia Mody doesn't need to be given any introduction. She has been one of the prominent, I would say, legal luminaries in India as well as abroad. Daughter of, and that's her on the screen, daughter of Soli Sorabji, late Soli Sorabji, who was Attorney General of India, then Solicitor General of India. And since 2008-9 onwards, we call we have this practice of calling moms and pachis. So, and Zia knows about it. So Zia Pachi has been working, I would say, as a seva, and it could be any matter. And 2-3 important matters are foundation of Parijnan Foundation, which all of you know, which has been doing great service to the women empowerment, cause of women empowerment. And Zia Pachi was, and of course, legal team, she was instrumental in forming the main, what should I say, the documentation which covers bylaws and trust deed and everything of Parijnan Foundation. I would say that she has, in a way, being a lady, contributed immensely to this women empowerment by formulation of this particular foundation. The work doesn't stop there. She has been contributing because she was the one, when she met Swamiji first in 2009 in Talmakiwadi, and she said, Swamiji, all these kind of songs, the material of the literature and so on and so forth, the speeches and so on and so forth, need to be brought under intellectual property rights, what we call as the IPR rights. And over the last 20, almost you can say 20 years, she has been supporting getting all our IPR matters, including some of the IPR issues, including the one which got sorted out only a couple of days ago. She and her team has been helping us tremendously in sorting out these matters. Of course, there are so many other issues. I don't want to get into the details, but legal battles where the very existence of some of our or one of our important trusts was under question mark. She fought that battle with her prompt advice and also bringing the right kind of a legal people, whether it was in charity commissioner's place or high court or supreme court or whatever it was. So she's not here today. By the way, she is a law graduate from Mumbai, did her master's in law from both UK as well as from Harvard. She is, I would say, regularly recognized as one of the top 50 women, important, prominent women in Fortune India. And for many years, she has been even recognized with the position of number one important woman in India. So I would say we are fortunate to have that legal support. As you know, fortunately or unfortunately, I would say we need to protect our MUT and affiliated institutions on all the legal fronts. And she has been, and with her team, has been providing human service to our MUT. So with that, I will request Swamiji. She could not come today because of her busy schedule. I must say that she works almost 24/7. Some of my friends, colleagues, Dinesh is the next person who is going to be awarded, and we work very closely with him as well as with Zia, and he can vouch for it that her day, we never know when her 24/7 day ends. She is there on the call, if necessary, at 1 o'clock in the morning and also at 10 o'clock in the morning. So that's a busy schedule, and she could not come. And
Yes. So thank you so much, Praveen ma'am, for that wonderful introduction. So I would request you to please accept the award on Zia Pachi's behalf. Thank you, Praveen ma'am. Zia Pachi, I'm sure, would have loved to be here today, but she has sent us a short video message to convey her regards.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me the time and the honor to say a few words on this very, very special occasion that you are having in Karla for all the believers of the Shri Chitrapur Mutt. Your mutt has been established since 1708, and the mutt has thrived and grown more, what is the word I want to use, more spiritual and powerful with all its followers over the centuries. Tomorrow, which is today when you hear this message, is a very special occasion because it is the Dharma Sabha, which is the birthday of the 10th Swamiji, and also marks the start of his 80th birthday. The Mutt for me has been special because I have had the honor and privilege of meeting with His Holiness Shrimat Sadyojat Shankarashram Swamiji on several occasions. Every time I have met him, I have left having experienced his sharp intellect, his legendary wit, and the abundant love that he shows everyone, old and young alike, and whether you are part of the Mutt or even an outsider to that extent. Always it has been a conversation which has inspired you and left you more at peace with yourself, and always made you admire the sacrifice and the love that he has and the energy that he has, which he willingly imparts to so many people. I think that the initiatives that His Holiness has taken during his tenure have taken the Math to another level. The inspiration that he gives to the younger children and the boys and girls as they grow up, and the values that are instilled in them are very rare, and that generation will benefit so much from that and make their parents so much at peace with themselves. So really, this is such a happy occasion. All of you who are present at Karla must be overjoyed with the presence of Swamiji and the fact that he has come to Karla for this very, very special day. May I wish you all the best and give my deepest respects to Swamiji with a lot of gratitude for all the time that he has given to me personally, and may you all be blessed by him. Thank you.
Mahadev Anandashram Shishyagryam Swanandambudhi Majjitam Anandashraminam Vande Parijnanashramam Gurum. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Bhavani Shankaraya Namaha Shrimatre Namaha. I am sure this won't be recorded and handed over to her, and she'll be busy at this time. So please convey my deepest love for the whatever sentiments she has expressed so beautifully. You must tell Zia Pachi that we felt her presence here. It was such an intimate expression of the joy that she feels, as do I, as do all of us, in this connection that we have established with the redoubtable Zia Mody. I think even my vehicle won't be permitted in that compound when she's given us so much time. Remember that. Tumgal woman empowerment project ni chikke business mein paishyata tantu, though it is all plowed back into the very whatever the objectives of the trust are, but still we had to keep it legally clean. So she achieved that for us, and because of Praveen Mam's contact with these stalwarts like even Kanabar Mam, we have hanga baisu namku gharaj malata sa hangela expertise. Her lawyers also have been working. The copyright sessions went on for years and they were attending to it. And as Praveen Mam hinted at, many other adventures that could have turned into misadventures. It was nice. And being with such a bold woman, I think Maithili certainly enjoyed getting her interview. Maithili Pachi, it was good, wasn't it? I didn't want to take a double take. I said I'll see it online, and it was very good. So we give you all our love, and certainly I pray for you that you achieve the success that you're determined to, and you serve as an inspiration to all the, not just womankind, because it has to be balanced off, right? Purusha, Stri. Then the society, Samaj becomes rich, vigorous. So please convey my love and all our blessings. स्वामी के चरणी हम प्रार्थना करता ये अशेक व्यक्ति का कितल सहजतया तेना she connected religious kind. She was present, both of you were present, Kanabar Ma'am, for the stamp release also. Shailaja Pachi were comparing it. It was so beautiful. Very nice. So all my love, and thank you for sparing that much time in that effortless, candid address to all of us.
The second person who has equally contributed towards our mutt work, Zia Pachi was on the legal side, and Dinesh Mam, Dinesh Kanabar, a very famous chartered accountant and known both in India as well as internationally as a tax expert. And again, of course, I know Dinesh. Now I can take some liberty and call you by first name because I know him for many, many years. Almost, you can say we studied together. We were in the same college. And, but of course, he again voluntarily kind of came forward when we were going through some of these tax issues and the restructuring of some of our trust. He was the one who came forward almost now 20 odd years. And he has his team, just like Zia Pachi's team, they have been kind of working with us in getting the complex tax matters resolved to our advantage. Advantage is not perhaps the correct word in today's situation, but amicably and in the most appropriate manner. The tax laws and all the regulations related to administration of the trust, whether religious or charitable trust, and we have a combination of both, is becoming more and more complex. There are new regulations coming regularly. To add to that, there is also called FCRA regulation, which also has its own consequences along with the tax laws. So tax administration related to religious and charitable trusts is becoming more complex, and maybe rightly so. And that's where Dinesh Mam and his team have helped us a lot and have been helping us a lot, and will hopefully continue to help us going forward. Dinesh Mam, of course, has what should I say, great respect, and he's also a devotee of Swamiji. Many a times, whenever Swamiji has called him to get issues addressed, he came forward. In fact, just about 18 months ago, when we had the Shashtabdi Purti ceremony here or function here, same place in Karla, he and his colleague Sandeep Bhalla came, spent almost 2 hours in terms of explaining. And I must say, we were talking earlier, Swamiji has very inquisitive mind, whatever may be the subject. Apart from, I can't comment on Swamiji's strength in the spirituality. I can't even comment on that. I have no right to comment. But whatever may be the subject, and Swamiji asked him when we were talking at that time, and Dinesh was remembering that Swamiji had so many pertinent questions related to all these tax laws. Dinesh keeps on telling me that he was so impressed. So I must say that Dinesh has and his team has contributed a lot towards our much matters. He is a chartered accountant, as I said, very prominent tax expert. Before starting his own tax practice, independent tax practice as Dhruva advisors in 12 or 13 years ago, he was chairman of KPMG's tax practice. Prior to that, he was the chairman of tax practice of PwC Pricewaterhouse. And he is on the time and again, he has been, his opinions have been sought, and he has been also advisor on various complex tax issues, whether it is prime minister or whether it is finance minister or the various committees formed by the finance ministry. So it's a great honor, Dinesh, for you to have you here, along with your Dharma Patni as well as your daughter Dhruvi. So I would now request you to get honored by Swamiji.
Dinesh ma'am, would you like to say a few words on this occasion?
Very good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here, and it's such a honor to be here today. I have been following what Swamiji has been doing for the Chitrapur Mutt, for the larger community. And I must say that I deal with several spiritual people, but what experience I've had whenever I have met up with Swamiji, and I was just narrating that to him, that the peace on his face just radiates. It's bringing you such joy, such pleasure. And I have seen the selfless way in which he has, over the last 2 decades that I have had the privilege of being associated with him, brought up the community, the number of numerous initiatives that have been taken. And one would simply wonder that when you are doing charitable work, there is only community service, there is nothing selfish here. What has tax got to do with it? And very funnily, tax comes, and whenever there is an abuse of tax by somebody else, the laws are made so strict, that a smallest violation can really result in your registration being taken away and whatever else, prosecution and whatever. And whenever I have sat down with Swamiji and discussed that this is how you should constitute the affairs of the trust, I have found almost, if I may say so, a childlike inquisitiveness. He sits there with his diary, he's making notes, goes to the root of why the law evolved the way it was, rather than saying what it is. So you can never be prescriptive with Swamiji that if you do this, this is what is right. You want to understand what the law is, why it is, and therefore what needs to be done. It's just amazing, that level of curiosity. And Praveen tells me that that curiosity is not just for tax law, for everything that he deals with, including artificial intelligence. Swamiji, it's been an honor, a pleasure. It's been a privilege that I could associate with you, and I hope to continue to do the same. And may you continue to do the great work that you have been doing for the community. Thank you.
You already expressed what our meetings are like, and it is, remember, I generally say, cut out the middleman, go to the expert and then submit, because they have the answers, provided you have the questions. We don't want interpretations. A lot is lost in translation, correct? With all good intentions. So Praveen ma'am has been there for us to provide us these experts. So whatever little time you get, learn. Don't try to teach, or don't try to say, yes, I also know that. Learn, learn, learn. As he said, there are new laws coming up. There are variations that come up almost every 3rd month. So the interpretation is best left to the expert, but then we are responsible. Right? In our religious trusts, Kanabar ma'am, you'll confirm, Devata is the minor. He is innocent. He is a child. It is the trustee's duty to take care of him. We see to it that he is not disturbed, because if he wakes up, then there is going to be tandav. So we take care of him. So trustees are trustees. So when with Praveen ma'am, we get experts to guide us, we need to know what exactly decision that we take. That means there is accountability, because there is a sense of responsibility. Swami anko khushi koroga. Tangil swabhauch khushi. Ananda swarupa. Zale amka pade na padi yabba. Hem kohan mun jaunas manu. Kunting kun hanga garb sudain karta ti tangil prasannata magale amka hridayant anubhav jata. त्याची नीव म्हणारी, बेस म्हणारी अशी लोकांन येवन आमकां मार्गदर्शन केल्यार आमकां ट्रस्ट सकल आसा ती we will be trustworthy trustees, nahi? So it's a privilege to have you here, and definitely the whole family is sort of now connected, and Praveen ma'am will line up the Mantra Diksha Wala Vishay after 16th onwards, Korea. All my love, I pray for all of you. Last time that you had come, they were celebrating my entry into senior citizenship, but you had also said you're embarking on a new, I think, uska aapne bataya rahega na, Yeah, very. Would you like to mention? Very good, very good. Wish you all the best in that endeavor as well.
By the way, I should mention about his hobby of stamp collection and philately, International Philately Association, whatever its name. He has been recognized, forget about the tax expertise and all that. He has been also recognized at the international level. So Swamiji also has got similar interest. So one of these days, as Swamiji mentioned, we will have that kind of a meeting and you can display whatever you have done.
Just I didn't. I'm sorry you had mentioned. I forgot that we have some of my behind the scenes volunteers who are doing a lot of work in the mutt. We have old documents. You see, last 300 years, at least the last 200 years, we have documents which we have. Okay, I got them all filed in archival grade sheets, acrylic sheets, or whatever. But there are these ladies here have been initially just getting the Tadapatra. It's a form of etched writing and it's bound up later. So we had to get them cleaned. The volunteers came from Bangalore, Bombay, etc. They would stay there for a week or two, quietly working in one hall, which was earlier my guru's. उनका वहाँ पे वास होता था तो वहाँ पे बहुत पुराने सारे प्रपत्र जैसे रहा करते थे. सो वी वेंट थ्रू देम. ओके, वी गॉट एन एक्सपर्ट, अनदर A.K. शास्त्री who read, but still the remnant, most of them were, you see it once and then crumble to dust, 200-year-old paper. But then the surprising thing is, these ladies learned Hade Kannada, which is not the conventional colloquial Kannada, and translated a few things and made a list for me. Swamiji, mantron ka hai. Swamiji, this is पांडुरंगाश्रम स्वामी जी, माई गुरुज गुरु. मेरे जैसे गुरु, दादा गुरु, परदादा गुरु के समय के कुछ लिखा हुआ था. दैट प्रूव्ड, यू वोंट बिलीव इट, very necessary in convincing a slightly irritable judge that a very important temple, Ananteshwar, is part of Shri Chitrapur Mutt, even if it needs a separate entity trust, but under the sort of jurisdiction of Shri Chitrapur Mutt. So we have been able to pull out these gems also. And coming to the point, I'm going to point out, so this is Mrs. Chandavarkar Pachi, and then to Bamun Khaisga. So both of them, these are the people who come. Chandavarkar Pachi is, of course, her husband has done a lot of seva. The very existence of my guru's, that small kutir there, was, I think, brought forth by Vivek Chandavarkar. He is now at the feet of the Guru. So she has come here for this occasion. This couple is one of those, these three ladies sitting in front, who went through all that, and we brought out gems from the ocean depths, sort of. And the third in this, Sudha Vinekar Pachi, is one who used to flinch if I look at her. And now when we sit at that table, I am sitting here, she is sitting here. She says, if I try to touch any of those stamps which she is now researching. And she didn't know anything about stamps other than you lick one and sort of. I don't know where she picked it up from. So Bhojan ke samay, she'll definitely approach you, and her knowledge is so much now, but we just require a little guidance and help. So I think more connections are happening, which are even more soulful than tax management. Yes. Please meet her, Sudha Vinekar Pachi, and तुम्ही मागीर परिचय कोण घेयात. These are my unsung heroes, heroines.
The third honor today will be kind of bestowed on Dr. Sharangpani. He is from Pune. I mean, if I were to list all his achievements, I will have to be here for 15 minutes. So I'll be very brief, Dr. Ma'am. So Dr. Sharangpani Ma'am has been associated with our mutt for at least last 15 years. He has been working with Swamiji in terms of yoga, in terms of how the health can be improved through yoga or even exercise and and also physical as well as mental fitness and so on and so forth. He himself is a great sports person, and he, during his young days, he's a doctor, but also sports person, and then has worked in yoga and so many other areas of physical fitness and so on and so forth. He is an active, he was an actively involved in his trekking exercises and also teaching many such people from Pune area and outside of Pune. And one of his famous achievement was to go to the base camp of Everest few years ago without any issue, any problem. And as I said, he has been associated with Swamiji and the Mutt in terms of imparting this training to yuvas of our Mutt, Yuvadhara, and so on and so forth. So on this occasion, I would request Dr. Sharangpani to come forward and receive the award at the hands of, recognition at the hands of Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji, and all of you for honoring me like this. It's a wonderful pleasure to meet Swamiji and talk with him. I hope you and him have a very healthy and happy life. Thank you.
Mahadev, 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 Shambhu. I'm very glad, I'm very happy, I should say, that you accepted this on behalf of the Samaj, and you're here. Yes, our association has been for the last 7-8 years probably, and it is because of Papal Naukalga, Gajanan Mankikar, Dr. Gajanan Mankikar. He was very excited and he said, Swamiji, there's this doctor, a very senior doctor. Incidentally, he's a very senior orthopedic surgeon. And he's talking about all the breathing sort of exercises that Swamiji is saying. So I said, I want an attestation. I am doing something and I want to know if what I am doing is correct. That is how the association began. And they obliged, they came here. Since then it's been wonderful. They've come to Shirali also. So he is known more as a physiotherapist. Do you know that? See, there is a surgeon, I mean, there is his entire unit there which is going to cut paste you. But if you can let your body intelligence take over and keep it fit, this gentleman is the man for you, if you're willing to. So simple exercises, which he says, calibration exercises is what he teaches, and I found it remarkable. More remarkable was, most of you are experts, so I learn from you how to learn. You know, that's what we do. Because, for instance, a Wim Hof technique, bataya tha, it's very simple. It's a simplified version. He's a very wonderful person. That, bas, Wim Hof karke. I haven't met him, but from the videos. And I'll come to the video part next. So, instead of the regular pranayam, where you have to have the Mula Bandha, you have to execute the Jalandhara Bandha when you are doing the Kumbhakas. Otherwise, your ears will go pop and you'll, over a period of time, develop a lot of problems. So the simpler version is the Wim Hof. So Kapalabhati, Bhasrika, Wim Hof, and then Anulom Vilom, and then Ninad, and then diaphragmatic breathing is a course, isn't it? So the Wim Hof had to be attested by him. So when they had come to Shirali, he just walked into my room. I just kept that laptop on, and the Wim Hof, the gentleman is demonstrating, explaining his technique. Dr. Vam sat there. And what did he say? Swamiji, he was pointing at that thing. Swamiji, he's a sadhaka. That's all. He's not a siddha. He's a sadhaka. That means he's sincere, unpretentious. He means good. And then he said, but we, that means he and me, we are going to practice it for 20 days. I still remember. And then inflict it on the Samaj. He is going to check out for 20 days himself. I too will have to do it. It was in Shirali. And I told him I'll be coming here for Navratram. So then after 20 days, he'll give me a green signal, and only then should I think of even introducing that to the Samaj. This is good, na? This is what we want. Oh, I know this, I have done this, I know more. He accepted that man, he's sincere, so something we should try. And once he gave me a green signal, now I want you to promise me, youngsters especially, तुम गेल आज वचन दिम का तुम्ही स्वामी गेल साक्षी तो कि तुम नित्याख्यान करतली आणि दीर्घकाल पर्यंतम सत्कार आदरपूर्वकम कुरका आणि don't make the mistake which I made of breaking it in between. Mastaka land, then left it for 3-4 days because there's so much work, and then the 3-4 day gap becomes 6 days, and it can even go up to 6 weeks. Beyond that, you start again, but if you intermittently do this, then there will be trouble. So don't. Aaj sankalp gheun kaji. And Swami happy birthday kana 15th, 14th. That is not changed. Swamiji's birthday we are celebrating on the 14th night, cutting of the cake. But as a prelude to that, we are sharing, we are demonstrating, we are telling Swamiji the Samaj is so happy with the grace that is still flowing down, inspiring us, bringing us together. Look what Jia Pachi said. Look what Kanabar Mam said. These are all Karla. They are not Saraswats, they are not Chitrapur Saraswats. They are part of us. They are inspirations for us. So also this gentleman. Maintain that strict niyam. Don't speak unless you have literally tested it out on yourself. Be the guinea pig for these things. I don't want you to be guinea pigs. We have already gone through that. But maintain the consistency. So, at I'm very happy. I'll pray for you. We'll meet again after 16th. There are a few things I need to discuss. He has inspired youngsters also in exercise, calibration exercises, and some variations I thought were necessary for my Samaj, so to say. We'll meet.
Thank you, Praveen ma'am. At मुखावल कार्यक्रमांतू आम्ही अशी थोडे दिग्गज लोकांगल सन्मान करचे सती कोण की तांगतांगल कार्यक्षेत्रांतू तांगल्या कुशलतेने प्रावीण्य मिळयल्या आणि भरपूर यशप्राप्ती केल्या तरी सारस्वत भूषणम पुरस्कार दिवन अशी दिग्गज लोकांगले आम्ही आजी सन्मान करूया.
Jai Shankar. I would now like to introduce somebody who honestly needs no introduction, Shri Anant Nag. He was born on 4th September 1948 to Anandi and Sadanand Bhavani Shankar. He spent his formative years at Anandashram in Kanangad and Shirali. The education, discipline, and experiences he gained there cemented his love for religion, tradition, and culture. After completing his early education, he joined Union Bank for a vacation job. However, his passion for performing arts soon drew him towards theatre, where he made his debut in a 3-act Konkani play. Over the next 5 years, he acted in, directed, and produced more than 50 plays in Konkani and Kannada, laying the foundation for an illustrious career in cinema. In 2023, he achieved the remarkable milestone of completing 50 glorious years in the film industry, a golden jubilee very few actors have had the privilege of celebrating. Over the course of his distinguished career, Anant Mam has acted in more than 300 films, primarily in Kannada and Hindi, as well as in 6 other languages. Beyond his celebrated career in the arts, Shri Anant Nag has also contributed to public life at various levels. His numerous accolades include the Karnataka Rajyotsav Award, the Karnataka Sahitya Academy Award, the Karnataka State Lifetime Achievement Award, and an honorary doctorate from Bengaluru University. He has also been honored with the Karnataka State Film Award for the Best Actor on 5 occasions, as well as the Filmfare Award for the Best Actor 5 times. In recognition of his immense contribution to Indian cinema and culture, he was conferred the Padma Bhushan Award by the Government of India in 2025. Even today, he continues to be associated with meaningful cinema and is widely admired not only as an accomplished actor but also as a scholar with deep understanding of subjects such as Sanskrit, history, arts, and politics. On today's auspicious occasion, Anant Mam's long and cherished association with Paramapujya Parijnanashram Swamiji Tritiya, dating back to 1956, is worth mentioning. He was also present during the Shishya Svikara of Paramapujya Parijnanashram Swamiji in 1968. Anant Mam performed on stage in Mumbai in the play Chitrapur Vaibhav in Guru Swami's Divine Presence. Years later, in 1988, Paramapujya Parijnanashram Swamiji visited Anant Mam and his brother Shankar Mam, further reflecting the close bond shared between the family and the revered spiritual guru. To honor his contribution to the field of cinema, I would now like to invite Shri Anant Nag Mam, accompanied by his wife Shrimati Gayatri Nag, to please come forward and accept the award. I would now request Anant Mam to please say a few words.
प्रणाम स्वामीजी. सगळ्यांना नमस्कार. आता जे तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी पळयलें आयकलें, I seek Swamiji's indulgence in this matter. But last year म्हाका मठांत शिराली चित्रापर मठांत प्रशस्ती गव्हर्मेंट ऑफ इंडियाची आयली तावळ त्या संदर्भांत स्वाम्यानी म्हाका थंय आपोवन सन्मान केलेलो. काल रात्री एक सान कार्यक्रम स्वाम्या सांगाती जाल्लो, तातूंत म्हाका स्वाम्यांनी एक थोडें रेकॉर्डिंग करून म्हणलें हांव परत वचचे पयलें करून दिवं का म्हणून सांगलें स्वामीजी. हांव लास्ट इयर उलयलां थोडे पंता अति सूक्ष्मांत उलोवच्या गेल्यार कोणाक कळना. सो स्पश्ट थोडे एक दोन विचार सांगता म्हणून देखलें. हां ते तुमी कोणाक वॉलंटियर्स सांगिल्लें म्हणलें तें रेकॉर्डिंग करूंक. तें हांव म्हाजी नंतर करतां. ना चुकोवंक येता ना हांव. तर हें सांगता तशें तांतू रेकॉर्डिंग करता 10 मिनट लागतात तें सांगूक. कित्याक म्हणल्यार हांव ना 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 त्या खातीर न्ही. कितें म्हळ्यार हांव लास्ट इयरच उलयलां तोच विशय जाता जाल्यार तांतू आळಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ म्हणून कन्नडांत म्हणटात. ಆಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಗಂಭೀರವಾದ ವಿಚಾರ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ತಕ್ಕದ್ದು ಮಗ್ಗಿದ ನಂತರ ಹಂಗ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ जायना पड़ा. एक अर्धा तासात तुमगेले वॉलंटियर्स येवन बसल्यार आनी ते करून दिता. तांणी तूं आमकां सांगता ते तुमचे इजर प्रस्तूत करून मागीर तुमी सगळ्या इजर ते प्रस्तूत करूं. इथं म्हळ्यार हांव खंय तांत वाचिल्लें वारी आश्रमांत मुगल जिवनाचे पयलीं 6 वर्सां, नंतरचे 6 वर्सां श्री चित्रापूर मठांत काडलात. सो अनेक संगती आसता ती सांग सारक्या. जाल्यार त्या तांतू सांगता म्हण लेखलें. इथं म्हळ्यार हांव वडिलांची गुरुर ब्रह्मा गुरुर विष्णू गुरुर देवो म्हणून शांत मात्र न्ही, म्हणूक मात्र न्ही, शिकला मात्र न्ही, म्हाका देवाचेर नंबिका आशिना, हांव गुरूंक नंबूनच वाडलें. आश्रमाचे स्वामी रामदास माताजी कृष्णामाई, हांगा स्वामी आनंद आश्रम, नंतर स्वामी परिज्ञानाश्रम आनी 98 धोरण तुमकां मेळो आयलो तावळ धोरण तुमगेले सान्निध्यांत वाडला. सो तें म्हाका चिके दोळे धांपून ते रेकॉर्ड केल्यार स्पश्टता आसता ताका. थँक्यू.
Thank you so much, Anant ma'am.
In 1997 I just come to the mutt आणि खंय हांव म्हणून आजून एक अशें जाता आसा 2 वर्सां 2.5 वर्सां नंतर चिके शांत जालें. मामा येयलो थंय and the way he was just looking at me, how I sort of recognized him. अंकुर फिल्मांत खंय कितें पळयलेलें तोच मामा. ताका म्हाका पळोवन कवतूक केलें म्हणून म्हाका हो पळोवन हो म्हणून मागीर बँगलोर आसतना येतालो. बट आय रियलायज्ड he is, if I may use the word, a little concerned about me. स्वाम्यांक समाजान मस्त त्रास दिला हांवें कोणाकय परत सांगता म्हूण ना. आमी आमगेलें प्रायश्चित केल्या, गुरू पादुका ज्योती शरीर वेदना पूर्वक व्हेल्या, भक्तीन व्हेल्या, तांणी स्विकार केलें. आमी कल करूं जाता स्वाम्यां खातीर. त्रासूय दिवचें जायना, खुशय करूं जायना. जाल्यार आमगेले हृदयांतू तें गिल्ट दुख्ख आशिल्लें निवारणार्थ गुरू ज्योती यात्रा सुद्दां केल्ली. सो तशी आमचे पेक्षा पयलें संगाती आशिल्लीं 7 वर्सां 8 वर्सांचे आयुचे हातूं मागीर एज स्टुडंट्स संगाती आशिल्लीं हांव सज्जन. आनी तो आतां पळोवन चाक आयला आतां 9 स्वामी आयल्यात खंय हांगेल कशी वया म्हणून. सो दॅट वॉज वेरी टचिंग. एक दृष्टि में पता चलता ना कल्याक पळयतस म्हण तशी झलक मिली. आनी ही इज बीन कीपिंग इन टच. लास्ट इयर येस प्रशस्ती जायना फुडें. आय थिंक दिस इज द जेनेसीस ऑफ दीस. वी आर एक्नॉलेजींग सारस्वतांक आमी कल वॉट डू आय डू, आय मीन ऑन वॉट बेसीस डू आय गिव यू अ सर्टिफिकेट. We are just doing it because you've done something which has earned you Padma Bhushan. So we want to acknowledge that. We are proud that you're one of us and you'll serve as an inspiration. This sort of small ceremony also to young, well, hopefully actors maybe, but life is acting only, na? You sense the inspiration. You're not playing to the gallery. You're not reacting, responding. There's something beautiful happening within you and you want to let it manifest in the Guru Sannidhi. That is all. But remember, this is the first time you are coming here and that is why I'm very happy. सन पण धोर न्हू. आतां आयतनम केल्या पळय तुमगेल कार्यक्षेत्र अशें तें यू आर गोईंग थ्रू ऑल दोज मॅन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स एंड ऑल. नाव दॅट हॅज बीन मेड आयतनम बिकॉज स्वाम्यांगेर तो स्थान आशिल्लें थंय. कितले वर्स पयलें 1947 बेबी स्वामी म्हळ्यार. सो अबावट 58 or something, even less than that, अनंत मामू आनी तागेलो भाव शंकर म्हणून सद्गती मेळ्ळ्या. दोगूय दे वर कॉल्ड बाय दी शिष्य स्वामी. कितले आशिल्ले की हाव ओल्ड वर यू वेन यू मेन्शन रुमान तूं वयर आपयलेले खंय न्ही स्वाम्यांनी. यू वर अप्रॉक्सिमेटली न्ही शिष्य स्विकार न्ही, स्वाम्यान आपयलेलें मागीर तें दाखयलें आनी सो दॅट टायम schoolmates at the sannyasi and Jalyari and Swamiji had already been warned by the Guru, no miracles म्हणून. बट आसली इच्छा कोणाक सांगचें. स्कूलमेट्स आशिल्ले नोडे तापयले खंय आनी याना पडहांनी अशें करून भस्म भरपूर भस्म मॅनिफेस्टेड दॅट. कोणाकय दाखोवंक जोश आशिल्लो. त्या 17 year old शंकर मामू धांवन भिवून वचून खंय. अँड दीस मॅन सर्वायव्ड दॅट. आनी ही नॅरेटेड टू अस आशिश जाल्लेलें आहे म्हणून वॅलिड वॉट एवर यू से जाल्लेलें आहे, सहज आसतालें. देन इट वॉज कर्व्ड बाय द गुरु नाका कलमेरी मिरेकल्स कल्लें. लोगों में जितनी बुद्धि है ना वो सुरक्षित रहे, ऐसे चमत्कार बताओ, हो गया. स्वामी जी सब जानते हैं, मैं अपनी बुद्धि को क्या प्रयोग कर, जो आप बताएं वो करें. सो तश नाका ही आमगेलो संप्रदाय न्हय म्हणून आनंद आश्रम स्वाम्यांनी नाका म्हणलेलें. मागीर इट टेपर्ड ऑफ. बट देन this is Parijnan Lahari. Each one of us is a Lahari, the miracle that is happening. Karne, so we can rock from Tenkonu, enjoy that, no friction. There is a little bit of brush off our rough edges, and he demonstrated that so beautifully. Kali, remember yesterday's session, kitla sahajata, praudhata. He was one of the, because I was told, one of the contenders to Shishyatva. Vaina art ashili. Oh, sir. Mic, please.
इतलें सांगना पडे तुम्ही संन्यास घेवन संन्यासी म्हळ्यार मठाधिपती जायना पण हांव आयलता वळी तुमकां कोल्लूर वचचें मनांत आशिल्लें व्हडलें थोडे आड्डे आतंक आयले थोडे हांव घेवन वता म्हाका जबाबदारी म्हणून तुमी आयलेले त्या संदर्भांत तुमी म्हाका थंय भटकडदांतून पैंदुरा वयर गुड्ड्यार वचलता वळे स्वामी ती बाकी सगळं सांगल्यार तुमी पावस हाडयलेले पावसाच म्हाका पावस म्हाका माथ्यार पड अशी म्हाका शीं खावन तुमी तुमगेलो शाल म्हाका पांगरयलेलो तें हांवें सांगून सोडत.
This is the 5th shawl he is getting them. Yes, he is keeping track. आता पावस आयलो कल की शॉल घालाय आणि 2 पंथां ऑनर केलाय. पद्मभूषण मेळ्ळा पण आमी कल की आनी एक शॉल घालाय. सो आय थिंक दिस इज द 4th or 5th shawl you are getting.
1965 स्वामी आनंद आश्रम तांगेली 50 years of bliss म्हणून एक पुस्तक हाडलेलें 50 years तांगेलें संन्यासाचें आचरण करूंक. त्या वेळार हांवें म्हळ्यार SSC परीक्षा दिवन शिराली वचूलता वडे हांवें केनावारी आमी सांगाती वाडिल्ले परिज्ञानाश्रम सामान आपयल अनंता यो म्हणून वयर तनुची हांगाची वयर तनु हांव तग्ग आशिल्लो हांगा म्हाका अनंता या हांव वचलो अण्णा तूं खंय वता हांव येता म्हण म्हजो भाव तोय आयिल्लो थंय वचून येता आनी एका हातान तूं बैसून ध्यानस्त जालें 1-2 मिनट मागीर आंग तो थ्रॉबिंग सुरू जालें उजव्या हातान थान भस्म दाव्या हातान थान कुंकुम काणे पडे तें जालें. सो ताजे नंतर कोणाक सांगू नाका म्हणून तर म्हाका सांगून आसता जावूं जायना सांगता म्हणून सांगून मागीर घार व्हरून लावसूक दाखयलें बापसूक दाखयलें मागीर स्वाम्यांक ते न्यूज वचून स्वाम्यान सांगलें जाल्यार हांव अनुभवान सांगता. आतां अशें पळय कोर न्हय म्हणून सांग म्हाजे कडेन सांगलें आय एम नॉट एनी बिगर दॅन दॅट एनीबडी जाल्यार दुसरे संतांनी स्वाम्यांनी आनंद आश्रम स्वाम्यांनी थोडे चमत्कार केलेले म्हाका गोतस स्वामी रामदासान केलेले म्हाका गोतस थोडे आमी उरले आशिल्ले. तशीच स्वामी आनंद आश्रम स्वामी माताजी कृष्णा माई तीन तशी तशी आनी भायर सगळे आयकता सत्यसाई बाबान हें केलें तें आमगेलें निपय जातकल्याक म्हण मा इतलें गवज घालून घेतलें हांवें स्वाम्यान म्हाका आपूण गवज घालून सोडलें. तूं इतलो व्हड जाला की मुंबय पेटयलें तुका हें आतां तूं बुद्धवंत न्हय आपंत जाला अशी सगळं तांदनंतर हांव खंय उरलंय नाशिल्लो. मागीर प्रसंग आयलो सांगत तशीच तान कोल्लूर वचचें आशिल्लें. कोल्लूर वता त्या 50 years of ब्लिसांत फर्स्ट पेजार एक प्रेयर आशिल्लें गुरू परंपरा स्तोत्रम म्हणून त्या कोणाकय वचनाशिल्लें. हांव फर्स्ट म्हगेलो बापसूक निमगेलें बिकॉज ही वॉज विथ स्वामीजी फॉर 20-25 years. ही वॉज सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्वामीजी ऑल्सो. हें कसलें बाबा हें अशी तेंची लर्न इट बाय हार्ट म्हणून तें करता मग हें केलें दीस इज द गुरू परंपरा बिफोर त्यान तूं तें दश ज्ञान शून्याय स्वप्रकाश स्वरूप हें तें प्रेयराचें तें पुरो आशिल्लें. सो तें हांवें स्वाम्यांक हांव मेळूं वचलता वाटी स्वाम्यांक एक विशय तुमकां आनी कोणें सांगलां की ना कितें जाल्यार म्हाका सांगता म्हूण दिसता म्हूण सांगून आमी साम्यान म्हाका थंय भटकळ जायना पळय थंय गुड्ड्याचेर थंयच्यान देंवन बैंदूर मागीर कोल्लूर वता थंय तावडे दोनपारां 4 घंटे समुद्र अशी शिमरींग वत्ताक उदक अशें ना सो हांव साम्यान सांगलें म्हण शी टोल्ड मी टेल मी एंड देन आय रिसायटेड दॅट गुरू परंपरा स्तोत्र म्हाका हांव तोंड पाठ केलें ओम शिवम हरिम पद्मभुवम वसिष्ठम शक्तिंच तत्पुत्रपराशरंच व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महन्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमतस्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमतस्य सुरेश्वराचार्य मण्डनमिश्र उभयभारती शङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादञ्च हस्तामलकञ्च शिष्यं तं त्रोटकाचार्यं वार्तिककारमन्यानस्मद्गुरून् संततमानतोस्मी म्हणून सांगून ते आमगेले गुरू परंपराचे अच्युत आश्रम कैवल्य आश्रम तशें पुरो तेंगेलें आसता तें म्हणटा आसतना तांकां सांगता आसतना थंय वत एकदम वयर सावन पावस पडलो हांव तांकां हात जोडून अशें म्हणटा आसलो हें पावस पडलें इतलें थंड उदक तें वत थंय समुद्रांत खंय खंय मोड ना एक मोड ना आनी म्हाका शॉवर जालो बरें आनी आंग कडकडू लागलें थोडे सामान तांगेलें शॉवर पळय तुका शींक येता सांग हांव म्हळें तें कांय ना तुज्या स्वामीजी हें सांग सत्य सांग हांव तावळ निपयलें आतां निपयना
हांगा देवीक वस्त्र नर्पण करता ते थंय पब्लिकेशन कावंटरार उपलब्ध आसा शिरालीन तूं पब्लिकेशन काउंटर आसा कोणाकय शॉल्स जावंक जाय थंयच्यान विकून घेयात विकत घेयात बट भारी पड़ जाएगा ये मेरे लिए आमकां शॉल जावंका बट एक सांगचें आशिल्लें हांगा सांजेच दीप नमस्कार करता ती पयलून कशें चोल लायल्या परिज्ञानानंद आश्रम परिज्ञानाश्रम प्रथम थंयच्यान आमी सूर करता ती मठ परंपरा म्हणून जाल्यार सकाळीं वैदीक विद्यार्थी संपूर्ण त्या परंपरा स्तोत्राच्या नित्य पाठ करता ती आय फील यू शूड हॅव दॅट सॅटिस्फॅक्शन मठांतू तें रेसिटेशन जाता बँगलोर मठांतूय जाता सो he was wondering if that is sort of forgotten but in the mutt it goes on in the morning सुप्रभातमा वेळारी आणि सांजे संक्षिप्त मठ ज्ञात परंपरा म्हणटा ती ॲक्च्युली इट्स द आतां ज्ञात जाल्लीच न्हू आनंद आश्रम स्वाम्यान पयलींच बरयना ना फुडें ही हस्तलिखीत आसता नांव आसत सगळीं तांकां तें स्फुरण आयलें आनी आमगेले आचार्य काश्मीरथान सूर जालेले अशी येवन न्हू निलेकणीयन आशिल्लीं मागीर आनंद हांगा आयलीं यात्रा करता आयली परिज्ञानानंद आश्रम फर्स्ट सो मठ थंयच्यान सूर जालेली मी ती दीप नमस्कारा वेळार आमी 10 आचार्यांगेलें नांव घेता ती हांवें पांय पडता जर सकाळींचें पुर्वाचार्यांगेले उल्लेख जाता तांगेलें स्मरण करून ताजें पुण्य आमी प्राप्त करता ती म्हणून व्हेरी नायस
I now take great pleasure in introducing an Amchi who has also made our country very proud through his prowess in badminton. I am talking about Shri Prakash Padukone, Indian badminton legend and the first Indian to be ranked world number 1 in the sport. He has been a dominant force in Indian badminton space, winning the Senior National Championship in 1971 at the age of just 16, becoming the youngest ever player to do so. He then went on to win 9 consecutive national titles from 1971 to 1979. Widely recognized as the pioneer of Indian badminton, he became the first Indian to win the prestigious All England Open in 1980. He has won numerous other accolades at sporting events all over the world. He was bestowed with the Arjuna Award in 1972 and the Padma Shri in 1982 by the Government of India. He has served as a coach for the Indian national badminton team. He co-founded the non-profit foundation Olympic Gold Quest, which supports and promotes Olympic athletes in India. He has also established the Prakash Padukone Badminton Academy in Bengaluru to nurture young talent. To honor him and his sporting legacy, I would now request Prakash ma'am to please come forward and request this award.
Namaskar Saglanka, Swamiji. I'll speak in English. I started playing badminton at a very young age. I'm really honored by this. I don't know why I've got very emotional, because I've received many awards, but getting this one. But I didn't expect this. I'll get this emotional. I used to go to the mutt as a young 7, 8-year-old. My grandparents. Since then, I know all the Swamijis. But of late, I have not had the time to visit the mutt regularly due to my other activities. But I must confess that whatever little I achieved, it would not have been possible without the blessings of Swamiji and support and blessings of you all. I have worked hard, no doubt, but I would not have achieved all this without your good wishes, blessings and support. I'm very grateful to all of you, to Swamiji, and I've done little for Indian badminton. And I hope I'll continue to serve Indian badminton in the future and also bring a good name to our community. Thank you so much.
Mahadev, 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 Mahadev. Prakash ma'am hang आयलो आमकां मस्त खुशी जाता आसा आमी सुमारपंत मेळ्ळे हांग ती मुखारी प्रवीण ma'am, you remember आमगेले SES Saraswat Education Society 7 acres antu we still have something in mind. Let's see, because we need people like this who can motivate, galvanize youngsters also to achieve something. Not everybody can become a Prakash Padukone, but at least people will start, youngsters will start exercising, doing something. So हांग आयलां हें स्वीकार करूंक मस्त खुशी जाली. हांग वातावरण तशें आसा, गुरूंक गेला अशी स्पंदन आसा की इट्स वेरी नॅचरल टू गेट इमोशनल आनी देर इज अ लॉट एन अबंडन्स ऑफ लव flowing out, and we are not accustomed to such love. It is unrestrained, unrestricted and unconditional. So we feel very unworthy of it, and that's good. Otherwise, I have earned this, or why not me, sort of a thing. We have all shed that when we have seated it, isn't it? Sahi baat na? There is something, somebody who loves me irrespective of whatever I am. And then we also let go of our pretensions or very necessary whatever fortifications we have made to preserve our ego. Aham karanam. So aham to रहना ही है, पर karanam fades off because I don't have to prove anything. I already belong. So that is very natural. And I almost felt like that myself when I heard you speak, but I breathe diaphragmatically. We do, isn't it? Dhyanantotmarmana. So we enjoy this. Last time we met, I think it was in the Dravid Padukone Sports Academy. That lady, the owners had shown me all around. Huge thing in Bangalore, very specialized. I don't know how many tennis courts they have there. Even I had suggested you some place for archery as well. And they didn't take me there because my reputation, they already know. They didn't take me to the cricket grounds. But I said it's commercially viable, तो खिलाओ cricket, but सिखाओ कुछ व्यायाम. So क्रिकेट गली गली में खेले जाते थे ना क्रिकेट. आजकल तो कल एंड यू नो द रियल एक्सरसाइजर तंत्रस था, द वन हुज एक्सरसाइज, द छोटा लिंबू टिंबू तक बॉल मारना पड़े कोणाले कंपाउंड आउन तो चले आता काढसान था रन गेट इट करके, अदर्स आर जस्ट स्लाउचिंग अराउंड. सो इट्स कबड्डी इज बेटर एक्सरसाइज वाइज इज माई कंटेंशन. But still, it was beautiful, and he has that passion. He earned, and he wants to teach, and he's bringing that finesse to that art also, that kala. It was good. आणि आम्ही सांगता ते म्हळ्यार युवा पिढीन सुद्दां एक्सरसायज करचें इत्यादी आतां एक भावन येताच आमी संकल्पीत करतात तांकां तुमी करता म्हणून. आनी एट द करेक्ट टायम आय थिंक वी हॅव प्रवीण माम शूड एक्सेप्ट ऑनर्ड, if that is the word, because I'm giving certificates. Our beloved Prakash Padukone Mam, correct na? And the Samaj is ready for this also. You will still prove to be an inspiration. Why na? And if it were not, I would not have honored him, because otherwise youngsters will say, Prakash, Deepika Padukone's father. So that connection is also there. But in your own rights, you are accepted and loved, and well, we wanted to show that appreciation. My love to all of you, your entire family, your younger daughter as well. मेळ्ळें न्ही तुमी मोठ हांता आयिल्लीं. तिगल फर्स्ट मुवी हॉड्ड करचे पयलीं तुमी सगळीं चौगय जाणां आयिल्लीं आनी मस्त आशिर्वाद, भुरी भुरी आशिर्वाद म्हूण सगळ्यांक सांगता. अवश्य अवश्य.
I would now like to introduce Shri Shekhar Hatangdi Mam, journalist turned lawyer and a gold medalist at the University of Mumbai's LLB exams. He has made films that delve into the law and religion conflict in contemporary India, bringing it to light on the world stage. Shekhar Mam was chosen to present his research on the law-religion conflict in contemporary India at the Conference in Theology and Religion held at the University of Helsinki, Finland. Shekhar Mam's presentation titled Santhara, A Challenge to Indian Secularism, demonstrated how religion, law, and constitutional secularism intersect. The presentation at the Helsinki conference included a screening of Shekhar Mam's award-winning film on the subject, followed by a discussion among conference participants from around the world. He is an invited speaker at various universities in India and abroad. He was Chief Associate Director on Kundan Shah's Hindu docudrama Teen Behne. Accompanying Shri Shekhar Hatangdi is Shrimati Shaila Hatangdi, who is an accomplished vocalist in her own right. Shrimati Shaila Hatangdi was trained initially by her mother, Shrimati Meera Gulwadi, and is known for Thumri Dadra, Ghazal, and devotional music. She was later groomed by renowned light music composer Jai Devji, and under his direction, she has sung in prestigious radio and television programs and in films like Jumbish and Ardha Satya. With that, I would like to call upon Shri Shekhar Hatangdi and Shrimati Shaila Hatangdi to please come forward and accept the award. Shekhar ma'am, would you like to say a few words?
I might end up saying more than a few words. To begin with, koti koti pranams to Param Pujya Swamiji. Pranams also to the people who have chosen me for this honor, and the many workers and volunteers who have made this event possible. And finally, a big pranam to all my co-awardees. We have a glittering array here of personalities who have excelled in their fields. I'm happy and proud to be in their company, but I'm not sure that I deserve to be in their company. And this is not false modesty. I have a genuine self-doubt, and it arises from two reasons. The first reason is that each one of the achievers here have single-mindedly focused on a given field and achieved excellence. In my case, I have been a communicator throughout my career, but it has been diffused. I have been in disciplines as varied as journalism, law, teaching, filmmaking, and so on. So I have genuine reason to suspect that I may have not achieved the full potential of my capabilities by spreading myself too thin. That's the first reason. The second reason is very personal, in fact, a psychological reason. Early in my career, Magal college Zainapuda, I joined the Times of India as a young reporter. And one of my early assignments was to interview a very famous, at that time, a very famous film director called Hrishikesh Mukherjee. Maslokani hanga tangal now aikunastala. Rishida was very kind to me. He called me over and gave me the entire day. From morning to evening, we talked about films and other things. And finally, Vattana, he said, let's go and sit on the lawn. He had a beautiful bungalow, which has now been converted into a high-rise residential Bandra. Amithe Bashil Kada, while we were having tea, suddenly, unprovoked, Mr. Hrishikesh Mukherjee burst into tears. It was a very, emotional kind of outpouring. And Shailaja Ganguly Pachi here would be familiar with Bengali men having emotional outpourings because she has spent a lifetime in a Bengali household. But I was unprepared for it. And the reason for it, he told me, was that he says, what have I done in my life? I have scribbled a few lines, made some actors recite those lines. I've made my actors sing and dance. Whereas the real heroes are people like my son. His son was a scientist at BARC. And he says, those are the people who strive day in and day out for the betterment of mankind in working conditions that are not very comfortable. I told Rishida, he told me, you should be interviewing my son, not me. I said, we'll do that. But first, let's finish this interview, have it published, and then we'll talk about your son. Ever since that day, every time anybody calls me and says that we would like to honor you, the CKP community actually wanted to honor me. They did actually. And when I told them that I was not a CKP, they said, no, but you've done enough to warrant an honorary kind of a thing because you spread legal awareness in the general public. Then KSA, Gurunath Gokarn Mam called me, Tangal Foundation Day Divasu, and now Praveen Kadle Mam called me. Each time I get such a call, Magal Mattantu Rishikesh Mukherjee on Rikta. Atto na, so Tagal Bhoot Rikta. And he questions me, you know, what have you done to deserve this honor? Do you know that there are hard-working men and women sweating it out in uncomfortable working conditions? Don't you feel for them? Mak itl guilty feels ata, the sweating monna puda, ki I'm hesitant to turn on the AC in my room. You know, that kind of effect it has on me. But I'm happy to report that over the years, I have, you know, since I've invoked Rishikesh Mukherjee's name, I may as well tell you all that like mainstream Hindi cinema, my story also has a happy ending. In the sense that I have now convinced myself or deluded myself into believing that all the honors and the awards that I get are, of course, a recognition of what I've done, but more importantly, they are an inspiration to do something better in the future. And talking of my future projects, Swamiji, with your permission, तुम्ही मगल the introduction अंतु ऐकलंस का की I am looking at the interface between law and religion, ancient religious rituals coming in conflict with modern secular law. And Santhara was the first. Mukhari, I want to do something on Bal Diksha. Bal Diksha is controversial, is contentious, because there is one group of people who think that Bal Diksha deprives a child of its childhood. That's one section. There's another section which believes that most of our great saints were Bal Yogis. It's because they were caught young that they could achieve that kind of spiritual elevation. And so there is this conflict. And it's interesting to note, if you all have studied the Guru Parampara of Chitrapur Mutt, that the Mutt has become a microcosm of this debate. Kalamari, Amgal Guru Parampara, except for the first Parijnanashram Guru whose origins are shrouded in mystery, all the other 8 or 9 I think, right, till Parijnanashram Swami were Bal Diksharthis. They were inducted as children. The present Swamiji was not a Bal Diksharthi. And so, he is part of a tradition of Bal Diksha, but he is himself not a Bal Diksharthi, which puts him in a unique position to comment on the contemporary relevance of this practice. And I intend to soon have a discussion with Swamiji on camera, and I'm sure all of you all would be curious to learn the kind of wisdom that Swamiji has to impart on this subject. On that note, thanking you all for being here, thanking Swamiji and the Mutt for honoring me, I end my speech with the hope and prayer that I will be able to live up to the honor. Thank you.
महत्वपूर्ण एक विचारू मम्मान सांगितलं आहे, what have I done to earn this honor म्हणून. Any sensible person will always have this self-doubt. Regarding the points that you brought up, we have discussed it, and we are going to take it up again, as I said, 14th, 15th, 16th, maybe 17th, 18th also of August, and you both promised to come there. At least mom definitely atala. Pachi ek don divsara bun suda. If she leaves, our discussions will continue, right? At Vitla. She's happy with that. Please remember that. I'll give you the dates. Shankar Bhatt will keep you in touch. Hanga Santa Ramhanu, ek film kartas mamu. So he had approached me when I was in Wadi. That was a few years ago. It was very interesting. And since then, the discussions with him have been very, very fruitful. Because again, it's a mind, it's an intellect that is in pursuit of knowledge or truth. He's basically is in pursuit of truth. So he cannot define his own skill set, which I admire. And I had insisted that Praveen ma'am, that Shekhar ma'am also should be, I had proposed also, parallelly you had been thinking, that Shekhar ma'am also should be honored. So recognition is of various types. He's been recognized in universities we don't even know the names of. So I don't think that needs to be challenged. I'm not giving you, I mean, so to say, validating that recognition or whatever those universities invite you. That skill set you have acquired. Mine is very simple. Again, as sadhakas, we need to understand, we need to know. Anything that seems challenging, even daunting, and to have brought up such a topic as Balasanyasani Kashihanga, but I know his heart. He is seeking the truth. He wants to know what it is. And believe me, in our discussions, a lot of things that I learned. For instance, adult 18 years old. Do you remember you told me what is that advertising, I mean that commercial agency pre-war, which had decided that to market their stuff, they wanted to bring a certain age group along with parents, and then decided that is the hand, then it became God's word or word of the law. So Amgel Hantu Sudai, maybe it is 16 or something that can be adult, but contemporary law says 18, so we don't battle over it. I mean, at least my guru didn't, because Swamangel Sankalpashila ki Amgel Shishyana ek adult munaska tak English gotasaska. Somewhere I fulfilled those. But intelligence and kali fortunately mhonishil. So I said, yeah, na but first na but I said, okay, theek hai. At least Definitely. What are you talking self-doubts? Who are you? Listen to me. Can't I have self-doubts? Can I compare myself to my guru? Then what am I doing here? And self-doubt is self-doubt. So ever since I started meeting the Samaj, see, there is something like, I think somebody like Ashish Deshpande ma'am will understand better. After first 2 years, I sort of settled down, and then a lot of things happened. I had to keep people busy. Like I could manage to deliver an Ashirvachana of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then people are just looking. So I started singing bhajans, safe way out. They liked bhajans. Okay, theek hai. Then pujas we started. We had gone to Kathmandu, there was a curfew there, we were heading for Mount Kailas, and I had to see that cabin fever doesn't, they don't start fighting amongst. Small, nice hotel. So we started Samuhik Pujan there actually. And then it continued. Now it is coming out so beautifully. So contingencies forced me to bring in things to keep the Samaj off my head. And then people started coming to me. So somebody said, Swamiji, Swamyano, tumi masta karta sati mehari. And I blushed because even at that time I had begun to understand Dev Guru Ekachi, but Amgel Guru Kalki Vilakshana Naka Muncha. Magirani Samangel Parichay Zaina Pada, ek don Varsanantar Anikon ki Kalki Malne, Prashans Kalyar, Amgel Prashans Kalyari, Naka, Tumku Gutna, Amgel Guru Tashi. I had to explain. And then it was in Talmaki Wadi, a very good gentleman, Parsi, who was very familiar with a lot of Saraswats. I wanted to visit me, just who's this new Mathadipati. It was a very short discussion, very sweet, very polite, and he made a statement, Swamiji, you've done much better than your predecessor. And by then I had learned to breathe, so I just listened. I was doing my diaphragmatic breathing, because by then I was aware अशी कोणे आमकां सांगलें असो म्हाका खंय गुरुशाप लागून इजल्या पुरो म्हणून कळ्ळें बाय. So comparisons can be terrible. And then there was probably there were 4 incidents. Because in 2005, when I was sitting here, after my Anushtan Sagar, I was just mopping up the floor, and suddenly in a flash, tak, 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 all these 4 or 5 incidents flashed in my mind's eye. It was not that I was thinking of anything like that. And then now I know what I am. I know where I am. I am nothing. If somebody says or tries to compare me also, I am not bothered. It's your understanding. You don't understand me, definitely you can't understand him. So I am interested in knowing what is your understanding, okay? That's all. So it had to, maybe that, your, what do you call it, cognitive perception. After 48 days, generally, mandal puskash karta. It may have taken me 5 years, because briefly the input said, oh, you're doing well. And I'm saying, no. Oh, you're doing well. Shh. Oh, you're doing well. Am I? Oh, you're doing well. Let it go. Let it pass. And it's an honest man who feels he's not worthy of approbation or kalmantati, masta praise. We don't like criticism, but few people are a little shirk adulation. And that's your pursuit of truth. You know how much more there is to know. One parameter you have missed, you won't be satisfied. So you'll investigate. And in the process, you don't want to be defined. Basically, you're saying, I'm a sadhaka. I'm moving ahead. Don't define me, because then I may get stuck here. It'll be a signpost. I say, no, you don't. Shastrantkal sangya, ashi kala ashi siddhi zat khay, ashi kala ashi. So many people, apnal kundalini jagrat zatas, kalyaka, yoga shastran sangya, ashi kala, there'll be vibrations and all. But they are signposts. And the Hatha Yoga, Pratipika, etc. mention that be careful, they are signposts, don't stick to them. You're going at 70 kilometers per hour, you see that signpost, get out and hug that, because I'm only 10 kilometers from my destination. Let it go. So that is what we are doing. You are not satisfied with any adulation that you receive, but believe me, this is not adulation. This is just a respect and acknowledgement that you're still moving ahead. And it's an endless process. Later we merge into it, that's not our worry now. Move on and on for that. Because he's got that. Kartas, Mitanch Mantati about vibration a kaila. Swamiji, Hambas Lyari, Mak vibration zata. Hamre nave car I lyari, ignition on karna phoda, gada 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 zalya kal mantali, kal ki nut bolt tight karna manare. You are not ready for whatever is happening. You have been doing pranayam, you are not ready for, and some nervine has got you vibrating. Do something and then it will be smooth. You have crossed that vibration period, and then realization may happen in some birth if you are getting so attached to that. So we leave these things. Those are adulation, self-adulation. No, we don't want that. That is your declaration. But you have that tenacity, and I have always resorted to you for not legal, quasi-legal, so then even swimming. Kancha, what was it? What swimming was it I mentioned? Swimming, Kancha, TI, that is total immersion swimming. I saw a beautiful video, I got those and I showed him. He was impressed because he swims. And you know what he did? Total immersion. You've seen stylist tha swimming acha. Freestylist name. Now this freestyle, it looks like that, this total immersion, but that fellow is just gliding through the water. Now that is a very difficult to unlearn your freestyle and learn that total immersion. And it's even so much a cognitive perception change that you feel the water is actually lifting you up. You have to feel that, and it is beautiful. So he said he'll try it. What did he do? He checked out with an expert, a coach, and he's got those contacts. And next month when he met again, he came back, Shekhar Mam came back and tells me, Swamiji, that coach asked, I believe, Shekhar Mam, Shekhar, are you doing this because you want to, as an exercise, then stick to freestyle. If you just want to go a few kilometers, then learn this. Because this is not going to help you in your exercise. Now, it's a little simple. I mean, it's simple, but if you know the context, you'll understand. So much mahiti gheonu. The grace, the fluidity, the effort, there's hardly a splash when that man does that total immersion technique. It looks so beautiful. But if you enjoy that, fine. But if you do want swimming as an exercise, that may not provide the exercise that just freestyle will give. Now, this capacity to go to an expert, understand, then decide for oneself that it is exercise, so I'll stick to freestyle, and that's okay. But you can't really have both, because once you have got accustomed to that, it becomes difficult. You can't play around. So तशी एक inquisitiveness नहीं, serious curiosity, burning desire to know, get to the root of any, not problem, but anything. That is what we appreciate. That is why you are here, and we want that, youngsters to get that. Then they won't grow old at 30. Right? Correct, no? You're satisfied, then it's just living. Okay, after that, this on what? Next promotion come. Otherwise, what? So that life, that desire to know, that should be there. So that is why we have asked you, you're one of us, and we have asked you to come here to show our appreciation of something that you have expressed, you have brought out, sincere, correct? That is all, ma. And otherwise, he's got his own qualifications. As I said, we don't even know those universities which you feel privileged to call him and ask him to address and awaken that inquisitiveness or that curiosity in a world of law. For whatever nefarious reasons they may subsequently use it. But that is there. So that is why I believe that we all deserve to be here. All of us deserve to be here because we are all striving, and we have come to the sroth of it, so we can enjoy that also together.
The next awardee is a distinguished musical personality. I consider it an honor to introduce Pandit Yogesh Samsi, son of the renowned vocalist late Pandit Dinkar Kaikini and a well-renowned tabla artist, both as a soloist and accompanist. Yogesh Mam has played with many of the top-ranking classical instrumentalists, vocalists, and dancers of India, including Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma, Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia, Pandit Bhimshen Joshi, Ustad Vilayat Khan, Ustad Amsad Ali Khan, Pandit Birju Maharaj, and legendary guitarist John McLaughlin. He has trained under Ustad Alarkha and has had the privilege of accompanying not only Ustad Alarkha but also the great maestro Ustad Zakir Hussain in both solo and duet performances. Apart from accompaniment, Yogesh Mam has performed numerous memorable solo performances in India and abroad. In many more recent times, to further the exploration and study of Punjab Gharana, he has continued efforts to revive old compositions of the Punjab tradition as well as the compositions of Pandit Sushil Kumar Jain. He was conferred the Sangeet Natak Academy Award in 2017 at Rashtrapati Bhavan for his contribution to Hindustani instrumental music. In celebration of his invaluable contribution to the world of music, I would like to invite Pandit Yogesh Samsi to please come forward and accept this award. Yogesh ma'am, would you like to say a few words?
My Sashtang, Koti Sashtang pranams to Swamiji, to this glorious Guru Parampara that we all have been fortunate to be a part of and being blessed for so many years. This is probably one of the greatest moments of my life, simply because I have a very old association with this Durga Parmeshwari temple and Parijnanashram Swamiji's kutir, because I used to come and visit here for many days when there was nothing here, there was only Swamiji's kutir and this temple probably in the mid 80s and the late 80s, and I used to sit right in front of Devi Mataji and practice for hours together when there was nobody in the temple. And I remember those days when I was fortunate to have been touched by Parijnanashram Swamiji's blessings when I visited Shirali in 1987, when Swamiji called my father to perform at the Rathotsava. And Swamiji attended that concert from 9 p.m. till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And my father sang for about 5.5 hours. And at that time, I was going through a big dilemma on how I should move forward in life. And my father was quite concerned about that. And I very clearly remember that suddenly one day Parijnanashram Swamiji called us to his room. And my father had a conversation with him. And during the course of the conversation, my father mentioned to him about this dilemma of how I should move forward, plus this incredible love that I had for this art. And Parijnanashram Swami just said, na hagal mukhari sangeet antuch zaunchesa tajkali kalji korka munna. That was one sentence that Swamiji uttered, and my father never questioned it after that. I've always been indebted to this Guru Parampara. I will always be indebted to this Guru Parampara. This Satkar, as Shekhar Mam just pointed out earlier, this Satkar is not my Satkar. It belongs to Ustad Allah Rakha Khan Sahab. At his feet, Pandit Taranath Rao Tarmam, who initiated me as a child into this beautiful art form. My father, Pandit Dinkar Kaikini, my mother, Shrimati Shashikala Kaikini, and all those guru-like figures who have inspired me and shown me the way. I will forever be indebted to all of them, to all of you for all your love and blessings, and ever so indebted to Swamiji for having given me opportunities to conduct shibirs at Karla and Malapur with some of my senior students who also have drawn so much inspiration from those experiences. So, with those few words, I seek blessings and I seek the Shakti for continuing to swim through this Mahasagar, because it's a never-ending journey as I see it and as I've experienced it so far. I've not even covered probably 1% of it. It feels like that. It's so profound. So I need that Shakti and I need those blessings to continue. Thank you so much.
कलाकार मेरी एक कला स कला कोण पूर्ण कलामयी ती देवी कळणे सो तिगल कलाचे एक somebody has tasted एक थोड़ा सा एक आस्वादन किया है परंपरा से, पिता ने दिया, गुरुओं ने दिया, गुरुजनों ने दिया और वो चस्का लग गया है. हाँ, सो इट विल बी ऑलवेज यावत शरीरम. इट्स एन एंडलेस जर्नी. That pursuit of not happiness. In your own way, it's a pursuit of truth. That note, that sequence, something beautiful, something when you just give up and something happens, isn't it? Even on what we are now currently using, we are using floor balls. All discussions have to happen. I have put up some 20. Very, very good. As an exercise module, fine. But you learn to breathe, you learn to not hold your breath ever. And prana takes over, your breathing happens. So that is what happens. So you go, you make your attempt, let go, and then you're floating, and then you realize you're at the feet of the Guru. You can't clamber up. That is initial. After a certain stage, you do. And there is a moment of letting go, and you find you're either in the arms of the mother or at the feet of the Guru. That is what you have been experiencing. That is our Sanskriti, that is our culture. In every little thing, we bring it out. And that is why we have all come here to celebrate that, because in 1950s, 47 something happened for us, for the parampara, the sampradaya to continue, and that we are going to celebrate tomorrow. It's a living parampara, it's a living sampradaya. परंपरा रहती है, संप्रदाय भी चाहिए. सम्यक प्रदीयते अनेन, तैयार करके शिष्य को फिर दिया जाता है, वो समझेगा, संभालेगा, अपने आप को संभालेगा, संभल के चलेगा, आगे भी देगा. सम्यक प्रदीयते अनेन, परंपरा तो रहती ही है, तो ये संप्रदाय भी यहाँ पे है. इसके लिए हम यहाँ पे आए हैं, उसको फिर से चखने के लिए. और वो पूर्ण कला नहीं है, अपने अपने क्षेत्रों में उस कला को आप प्रस्तुत करोगे. इट वोंट बी द सेम. यू आर ए म्यूजिशियन, he understands the body, he is helping us, inspiring us. This is just a pursuit of truth. I told him yesterday, you're not a lawyer. Your lawyer means you'll start questioning your client and prove him wrong, because he is in the pursuit of truth. I was just joking. But that relentless seeking of something shashvat in this nashvar samsara is what brings us here and helps us regain our strength and get further inspiration. Das जातं असं. सो मस्त खुशी झाली आणि निश्चित आम्ही सगळी प्रार्थना करतात एक उपलब्धी मेळ्ळ्या तुमगेल ते एक कला विद्यांगेल एक संस्थेन तूं in that community of talented artists you rank very, very high, and we are proud of you. We respect the paramparas that have given you all this, and we really appreciate that you have come here to acknowledge our love and our sense of belonging with you, and we bask in your in reflected glory also when you people are here. Khushi chi amte kon koria and wish you all the best. Chal lo ya ilakh hai na main. I'll meet him. He'll also do well. He can't but do well. Mahadev.
Our next awardee is Shri Shiv Arur, a journalist, television anchor, and best-selling author, specializing in defense, military, and national security affairs. He has reported extensively from conflict zones. Currently, he is a managing editor at NDTV, joining the network after a prominent 18-year tenure at India Today TV. He has won awards for his coverage of conflicts across Kashmir, Sri Lanka, and Libya. In the digital media space, he is a known founder of the award-winning defense news and analysis websites LiveFist in 2007. He has authored the thriller Operation Jinnah and has co-authored the highly successful India's Most Fearless trilogy with Rahul Singh, which documents first-hand accounts of Indian military and anti-terror operations. With that, in appreciation of his immense contribution to journalism, I would like to invite Shiv Arur Ma'am to please come forward and receive this award. Ma'am, would you like to say a few words?
Jai Shankar, I will also speak in English because if I speak in Konkani, I will embarrass myself. But first of all, thank you very much to Swamiji, to Praveen Ma'am and his team, also and especially to the many youngsters who helped me today. Including the person who helped me wear this Angvastram today, because I don't know how to put it on. So thank you to all the young volunteers here, because
he looks good like this, no? Who knows, next TV show he'll come
The idea has crossed my mind, Swamiji, so I won't fail you.
Hey, listen, if people can wear a coat and a tie in this post-colonial age, I think something a little bit thode broader, dirty cham deta.
Give me a month and I will surprise you.
Give you what? Give you what? Done. Okay, ready.
No, and I really mean that. But yeah, the reason I wanted to mention the young volunteers here is because given the times we live in, I think we can't take the future for granted. So fantastic seeing so many young people here. And big round of applause to them.
We call them Yuvadhara. Yuvadhara.
The last time I met, I had the honor of being in the presence of Swamiji was 24 years ago. A few months before I began my career as a journalist. And my father, who's sitting there, Prakash Arur, he's there. He had taken me to meet Swamiji, who was visiting Chennai at that time. I went not knowing what to expect in that meeting. I was expecting it to be a very dense spiritual conversation. And I was alone in the room with Swamiji, and we were there for about 5-6 minutes. And then my father was, gesturing me to, come out because there's a long line of people waiting to meet the Swamiji. And I remember Swamiji saying, hang on, I'm asking him questions. And the questions were all things that I was able to relate to instantly. He was asking me about, I was in a rock band at that time, so he was asking me what music I listened to, which bands I like, what books I read. So it was a really, really, really nice, relatable conversation. Before I left, Swamiji did say one thing to me, and he said, you will never regret choosing to become a journalist. And that is something that has stayed with me. 24 years later, Swamiji, I can tell you, you were right. I have never regretted becoming a journalist. And as a journalist, I can tell you that, we are distracted, we are skeptics, we are, we don't believe in too many things. We're constantly jumping between stories, asking questions, conflict zones. But I promise you, I have never, through this entire journey, forgotten where I come from. And that is the reason why this is such a huge honor for me. And I thank you once again, because it is, receiving an honor from a community of elders, youngsters and friends from the community whose own journey, and I acknowledge all of your journeys and Swamiji's journey, that has made journeys like mine possible. And that's the reason why I'm profoundly grateful for this. I will always remember your words, and I will just leave you with one thought. One thing that always nags me throughout in everything I do, which is the feeling that I haven't done enough for the community, or I haven't done enough for my people. So I don't know how to do that, but all of you know where to reach me. So if there is anything I can do, please call me, please let me know how I can help. And I promise you I will not fail you. Thank you very much, Jai Shankar.
Mahadev. Kanch Yugadhara member and Mamak Mundu Niskara ilre. Kaun hai? Tu hai? Haan. This is Samvit Kaikini. He is going to be my one-point contact to contact you when I need your help. Serious. Haan. So I have just returned from a yatra. I'm going Kashmir thanu. So Mukhari kale vishayatal hai vichar kurche in camera mantata shichi, and I'll require your experience. You have 24 years of experience. I don't know how much in what you said, journalism and understanding politics much better than I do. So whatever we need to bring out for the Samaj at large, remember, we'll definitely require a little hand holding from you. Correct? Yeah. And you're happy, isn't it? We are all happy. You've seen him, huh? Share, aram se, what confidence, what diction, fantastic. And I'll tell you something. The book, the last two that your father gave me from you, I loved them. I couldn't read the whole thing. Now that I've returned from Kashmir, probably I'll go through it. Some of the photos, yeah, I think I've overcome. I can definitely read it. The Veer people, unka sunna. I had shared this book with Shailaja Pachi because I consider her, well, she edits all my writings. So, and she had nothing but praise. And believe me, that is, you may get some degree or some accolades, but she is seriously savvy. And we discussed it. She was explaining the finesse, the way that book has been presented. It's a presentation. It's not just a diary or a journal, and we all appreciate that. But the happiest person currently in this hall is Prakash man. He is in bliss. You made him happier. Bas, abhi, with Guru's blessings and his joy, I think you're going to do a lot more. And we seriously need your guidance. It won't be very, I mean, we won't impose upon you, but ekatpantasthal hai. Menya, phone arenuluncha zaina, astal jaluluncha. He knows how to present unpalatable truths also and maintain his integrity without compromising. That is what we appreciate. This is a matter of presentation, not only seeking presentation. That's a skill very difficult. So we all love you, we pray for you, and we see you as, again, we'll be basking in reflected glory. Mahadev.
आता हाजे नंतर कॅनरा सारस्वत असोसिएशन चित्रापूर सारस्वत नेटवर्क हाजो पुरस्कार समारंभ जातलो. तरी हांव श्री किशोर मासुरकर मामाका विनंती करता की तांणी मुखार येवन सर्वप्रथम KSA CSA बद्दलची कितें सांगता.
Yeah, Jai Shankar. Canara Saraswat Association, KSA, since 1911 has been there to bring all our community together to help and support our community members in different ways with different activities and different projects. CSN is also a similar one, which we have started in 2019 at Mallapur Swamiji when on a Guru Purnima day, in your divine presence, we have launched this in 2019. And ever since then, our Chitrapur Saraswat network is CSN Chitrapur Saraswat networking. On that networking, it is a networking platform on which we have, it is for our entrepreneurs, our Chitrapur Saraswat entrepreneurs, Chitrapur Saraswat consultant and others who share their information with each other, who help and support with each other to make their business successful and that will add to what they are doing in their profession. I'm glad to inform you that last year, that is last financial year, what business between Amchi and Amchi we got, the information what we got is around 60 lakhs of business, which is done between our Bhanap to Bhanap community. So the first thing is what is, we are very much that we are now have to expand this activity. Presently, we are at only in Mumbai and Bangalore. Now we want to extend in Pune also. So I request Pune Enterprise also to help and support us for the same. CSN acts by, we act through our ECMs. ECM, it is the entrepreneur club meetings. And those we held online, that is 4 times in a month. And also we do one-to-one meeting, many, not more than 4 or 8 people together. So they share their experience, they share their problems with each other and try to see that how we can come out of it and how we can make each other grow together. So that is the spirit of our CSN is all about. We are closely associated with Samarth Bhanap Yojana in their all initiatives. We have also a very large, what is called WhatsApp groups. In our main WhatsApp group, we have around 200 entrepreneurs are there. In our, also we have 81 ladies, there is the female entrepreneurs are there. We have chartered accountants group. We have also doctors group. We also have UK, I mean, this USA America Entrepreneurs Group where we have got 19 members. So the idea is that to bring Amchi, those who are in those the youngsters particularly, those who want to come into the business, to encourage them and to see that how they can come and how we all can support them to become successful in their venture. And I'm sure with the grace and with the this thing from Swamiji, we all, our mission will be successful and all our entrepreneurs will will achieve their success. I'm very glad that our mutt has from Swamiji's hand, this is the first time we are giving an award for the people who have contributed to our CSN. And I will request our, Gautam Mam to announce these awards for today. So again, I thank Swamiji and Mutt uh, for agreeing to give the, for your blessings for our entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Jai Shankar. Amgele awards are on Arthik Varsam, financial year 25-26 of Anuswara University, based on information that we have got. First is Entrepreneur of the Year 25-26. We are pleased to call Prabhav Kodialma. Pate Har Har Mahadev. अनेक categories, stellar contribution to KSICSN, Rajiv Kalyanpur ma'am. आणि आमगेल आर्थिक वर्ष 25-26 आहे CSN आज इंटरनल टॉप परफॉर्मर्स मैं तन मस्त वेरियस कॅटेगरीज तूं बरे पार्टिसिपेशननी ॲक्टिविटी केल्या फर्स्ट इज गुरुदास त्रासी मॅम फ्रॉम पुणे आणि कीर्ती करोपाडीमुळे धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद किशोर माम, गौतम माम आणि KSA-CSN. तशीची KSA-CSN तर्फे पुरस्कार मेळ्ळेल्यांक अभिनंदन. We now move on to the next set of special felicitations.
Mahadev, Mahadev. So many people have been honored. If anybody is feeling as yet unhonored, no takers? Okay. So my unsung heroes.
I'd like to first call forward the document scanning team, starting with Smita Baljakar Pachi.
Smita Baldekar Pachi and Anirudh Baldekar Tuvaya, both of them, he documents it, and this lady along with the team works. You can share your experiences, Guru's time, Mat Hansav Kelelachmagiri, with people who will be curious to know why you have been honored. It's my desire that people know what you're doing, correct? No, it's not that you require this. In as much and the joy that you felt, why cannot? They just used to work in that room and activity so they got addicted to that. Once a month, once in 2 months probably. And I can attest so you will attest that they have done wonderful work. Pachal now Sangha will Pachal, oh God, this man.
Varsha Kotpode Pachi.
Varsha Kotpode Pachi is from the Bhandarkar Institute. I call it, Oriental Research Institute. Because I'm getting Gajanan Heranjal Mamal Duvena, Masiddhantal Bail Pachina, Sangle, ki this Asashi, and if she comes to Shirali, she'll be able to guide us. And yes, they have received a lot of help. They'll be visiting your institute. 16th ko? 16th, okay. Please, very nice. Very nice. Certainly. So we just met for one day, I think one session. And then you had a lot of time where she understood, yes, you're doing it. You're untutored. You're not been qualified for that. But she is qualified. So we're going to get the best from her. How to maintain the old records and all, it's a horrendous thing. Amlyagi artifacts asati, Swamyangelta, Archaeological Society attested and all. Ami Dharwadan watsun karele aryata, suspected antiques mun ghalta the. I'm called smuggle karta isme. No, I believe it's only in Delhi, Vatsulya, you get that birud ki it is an antique. I can't carry a ton of rock there. It'll get damaged. So she is helping us out. Very sensible. It's a private museum. You don't need to get everything registered and certainly not insured or anything. So we are getting correct inputs. And again, I'm saying, they appreciate the work that is being done by these volunteers. That sheer dedication, and they are like sponges. They can just learn. An expert will be happy if a youngster, they are youngsters relatively. And there, information she can flood them with information. She's a reservoir of information. So this is a very beautiful thing. So I'm sure we'll make arrangements, Pachi, to come there once a year or something like that. When you come here also, learn the skill sets. And Praveen will organize some machines and Kalyaslyari, what we need for our small setup there. We'll provide this team.
I would like to call upon the other two members of the document scanning team, Geeta Hervatte Pachi and Sudha Vinekar Pachi.
हळे कन्नड अनुवाद सुनू ताजे एटलीस्ट इनिशियल अनुवाद करून आमकां लिस्ट तयार करून दिताली तुज खातीर वेरी नायस स्वस्तिरस्तु Areva. Stand path Magiri. Praveen ma'am, you'll introduce them. Kanabar Mamal Magir Pariche Kondiati. He'll be very happy.
I would now like to call upon Shri Madan Diwan.
Xanaka. Acha, doesn't. Naka. Come, please continue. There are people who have made my yatras very enjoyable. So I'll ask Dadaji to come here. As in, he's Dadaji. He's my frontliner. कहाँ जयपुर से लोग आए हैं क्या यहाँ पे? धीरज साहब हैं? कहाँ पे? वो खतरनाक लोग हैं. तो उनसे हमें बचाए रखते हैं ये दादाजी. इनको हम सामने खड़ा करते हैं. ही इज़ कमोडोर रिटायर्ड नाउ. Shirur, Chaitanya Shirur ma'am. He became a Dadaji, so he is universal Dadaji. Please, learn. I don't think this skill set Konale asks. He does the Reiki. He goes, he'll visit it 2 times. Kashmir asa, Hangasa. Then he'll say, yes, Swamiji, we can do it. And everything is meticulously organized, and then I just float in and grace the occasion. That's it. I always call in the army or the navy. Earlier it was Lieutenant General Prakash Gokarn who used to organize my Char Dham Yatra, this, that, etc. कैलाश की यात्रा. अभी ये जो कर रहे हैं विलक्षण है. इनका छोटा सा टीम है. Always, yes Swamiji, but tremendously. And areas where, it's a little difficult, it's not very safe. It was safe, otherwise you would not have taken me there. But then they have to be on seriously high alert. And that they have maintained, and other people also. I'm very proud of you, and I hope somebody gets at least an iota of your skill set, because it's seriously lacking in the Chitrapur Saraswat Samaj. The youngsters are definitely getting it hardy. So Chaitanya Shirur Mama ka masta amthapura. सगळं साध्य कोण दिलेलं मी ते एक acknowledgement.
I now request Meera Balsawarpachi to please come forward.
वही बा कसली की बा है ऑनर इन खै बा जावण आजकल चिंता ही ना कोण कहीं तो माइक दी ना थी मेरे पाची आयल वो खुशी जल हो मीर पाचीना 1998 अंत नवे बेंगलोर मठ अंतू स्वाम्यानु म्हणका मैं म्हणका मैं चिके स्वरार म्हणका म्हणू आमकां इन्स्पायर केलें आनी एकडी देवी कोण पद्मिनी राव पाचीक हाडलें तेन्ना कलकी व्हड एक आनंद आश्रम स्वाम्यांगेल कूडच न्ही ताजे भायर आमी बसतालीं ही माय आशिल्ली हिन हाडलें तेन्ना त्या शिकलकी हाडलें ओ आमी कल म्हळें सितार तेन्ना म्हळें तानपूर स्वाम्यानु जायत थंय थान आमगेलें ज्ञानोदय जाता आसा आनी so you're talking about a long way to go, how far I have to go. I didn't know the difference between a tanpura and a sitar. तू कले उल्लोन चसल्यात पड कले सांग चसल्यात पड दोन उतर कशी जायत बैसून करतोय खुर्ची एक खुर्ची हाड
प्रणाम स्वामीजी.
वकी दवरी वकी द आप नकाश जायन.
प्रणाम स्वामीजी. म्हाका केले उलोवंक म्हूण कळना तर म्हळ्यार वर्ड सहना ती आतां मुख्य म्हळ्यार म्हगेले इतली प्रशंस केली तितली हें पुरा गुरुकृपेने जाल्या आनी आनीक कल म्हळ्यार आय एम सो लकी की आय एम बॉर्न इन ए सारस्वत कम्युनिटी एंड स्वाम्यांगेल दया म्हजेरी अशी केन्नाय आसो म्हूण मागून घेत स्वामीजी. थँक्यू.
महादेव महादेव पयलीं याना फुडें आमकां त्रास आशिल्लो हय माउंट आबून तूं थंय एक संन्यास बिंगड जीवन आशिल्लें वाराणसी राबल्यां ती ऋषिकेश बट एकणींची शांत तेवा मंथ्स वेन डिसेंबर जान्युरीन तूं एक तो रांदपो आनी एक महात्मा आसल्यार नाजाल्यार लिटरली आय हॅज टू नॉट have to meet humans म्हणटा ते bears sometimes would crawl into the ashram Mount Abu तूं आनी हांगा याना पड ये दाबा खंय हांवें मठ I didn't know there were so many denizens in this humanity इतलो लोक म्हणून समची सायकोसोमॅटीक पेन्स म्हणटा ते तशें सूर जालेलें इट एब्ड ऑफ आफ्टर सम टायम येस स्वाम्यागेलो अनुग्रह जालें बट स्टील दाक्षण मस्त आसताली थंय कोणें नमस्कार कर हेट वहाँ पे जाओ भगवान है करके कोण हांग सगळीं पांय पडटात खंय आमी पडयले पयलें म्हालगडी आशिर्वाद दिमकां ओके बट स्टील एक रिस्ट्रेंट वयके ना भायर येवन तशें म्हणून येतात बैसात आमी अशीच वतसत वॉकाक एक दाक्षणीशी आसताली मंगळूर न्ही मल्लापूर मठांत तूं 98 न्हू मिरपाचे 99 थर्ड इयर 99 तूं आमगेलें जें चातुर्मास जालेलें थंय मिरपाची आयली आनी थंय यंगस्टर्सांना पिल्लां आशिल्लीं तांकां घेवन सन्न नाटकां करचीं तें कट्ट आसपा थंय वचून बसना पळय हाय जालें नाजाल्यार कुडान थांबू आयदर इट इज इन माय रूम ऑर ऑन द स्टेज बॅक टू माय रूम बिफोर आय एम एम्बुश्ड समवेअर तशी एक नाव आय गॉट कस्टम टू इट इट्स बस पण तो वेळ त्रास जातालो हिन पयलीं ते भायर कसली एक्टिविटी करचें सूर केलेलें सो ताजी प्रशंसा तुका मेळटा स्विकार करपा पडटा खुशी जाली आईल बरें जालें लॉट्स ऑफ लव शी इज इन्स्पायर्ड तुमकां दादल्यांक हांवें कोण शिकयता निनाद आ करी आमगेले दादले आ करी म्हणजे आ कर जाता सो बस देन दे निरांत कमसून सो यू स्टील फंक्शनल अँड वी एन्जॉय युअर कंपनी आदगत्य शिकोवनचे आयल्या आदगत्य म्हणटात न्ही आदी गती हांगा तांगेली दुर्गती आमी कोण सोडतात मागीर नाजाल्यार सदगती पावयतात ती म्हळ्यार
I would like to invite Shailaja Ganguly Pachi to please come forward.
Pranam Swamiji. Swamiji is the only reason I'm standing here today. When I first met him and he asked me, do you know the Chandi part? Have you read the Navarat? I said no. All Swamiji said was, I'll see that you get it. Within 24 hours, an uncle who had never given me a book, never knew I read, told his wife to call me up and say he has bought a book and said Shailaja should read it first. This is Swamiji, the hidden Swamiji. Beyond all that he teaches, there is this amazing power which we see in flashes like this. Then Swamiji asked me to do the voiceover when Swamiji recited the Navratra Nitya part. That too was an absolutely foreign territory for me. So I have learned whatever I am from Swamiji. So to me, I have nothing more to say that everyone here, whatever they represent, it shows this search for excellence. And in the arts, I think, Swamiji, the beauty is of turning moments of time into timeless moments. That is how every piece of art becomes evergreen for a lifetime, like every Ashirvachana of our Swamiji. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you.
we would now like to honor the late Shri Vasant Hosangdi Ma'am. So I would request Shri Gunjan Hosangdi Ma'am to please come forward and accept the honor.
सभी को प्रणाम। मैं लखनऊ से हूँ। ना मुझे कोंकणी आती है, ना मेरी अंग्रेज़ी इतनी अच्छी है, ना मुझे बोलना आता है। पापा का ही एक गाना है, उसकी एक लाइन गाना चाहूँगा आप सबके लिए। हो गूंजे गुरु का जय जयकार, गुरु के अगणित हैं उपकार। ओ गूंजे गुरु का जय जयकार, हो गुरु के अगणित हैं उपकार, हो गुरु के अगणित हैं उपकार।
वसंतोस्कंगडी मामो आम्ही तगल ऐकलेले हे गुरु भव सिंधु तारक मैं लागो तुझे पाई. This भजन तागेल it was in his voice. आम्ही एक सांगशील तर सो तवड ऐकलेलं आणि मागीर एक पण थांगा 2007 में आए थे ना 2006 ना. हाँ, तो यहाँ पे आए थे वसंत होसंगडी माम, the same वसंत होसंगडी. Okay, मैं परिचय झाला and I had asked him also. सुना था उस समय, बात समझ में भी नहीं आती थी कि एक वसंत होसंगडी इज सो वर्सेटाइल. एंड एक बार ऐसे उन्होंने मजा की, ही ड्रेस्ड अप गौरवगमटो मामशेला बायलांगेल वेस घालून आणि खंयकी वचून तोच अशी पळेल म्हाका जालें काम म्हणलें मालगड वय म्हणाला. ओके, देन यू नाव नॅरेट कल झाल्या. सो पुणेन तूं फुल सभेन तूं सगळीं वेट करता आसा ती. सो आमी गेले नॉर्मली अर्द तास वेळ जाता, 45 मिनट्स जालीं ती कापून हाडून तो गो. आनी आय टोल्ड देम यू नो हिम एज अ कंपोजर, एज अ सिंगर, वॉट एवर आर्टिस्ट. नाव लिसन टू वॉट ही वॉन्ट्स टू टेल यू. अँड ही स्टार्टेड. आतां कल केलेलें. इट वॉज सो हासून काय ना. What a wonderful man. At 88 years we celebrated in Mallapur. त्या वर्सां घनूच इतलं असं रसता असं सान्न चेडवां शिकता आसा ती तांकां सांग पेशंटली आमी जाचेलें इतलं पेशंटली शिकोवचें. हांवें तें पळयल्यार ती कला कशी येता म्हूण कळटा. तितलें एक तपश्चर्या, तितलें एक तितिक्षा आमचेसल्यांक सुद्दां आयकूनचें एक सामर्थ्य. Naturally, there would be something excellent. So Gunjan and his wife have been, he is my Vaivadar of Kashi Varanasi Mutt. And Devi has been our host on our last trip to Varanasi. And how many of us, कितने लोग आए थे? 100, 150, बस 150 ही लोग थे. इन्होंने दोनों लोगों ने व्यवस्था की. And about half an hour before we reached there, there was an unexpected gale on all the shamiana. ये जो कहते बस चले गए. So when I came, I was led into their house and I'm seeing ये क्या battlefield है, यहाँ से कुर्सियाँ ऐसे all over the place. Nothing कह रहे, ले गए आराम से. They set it up again before the buses arrived. Everything was intact. कहे you won't believe it. You get nervous if she just handled it. गृहिणी महक म्हणता ती. She managed everything. It was so beautiful. So naturally I insisted that they come here. On behalf of his father, mother, and on your own behalf, you have come here to accept this acknowledgement that yes, एक संस्कृति पनप रही है और बहुत कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है. बड़े प्रेम से हमने बुलाया और उतने ही प्रेम से आप आए. Do your, he is very committed, he is very efficient also, he is handling, it's not a joke staying in Lucknow, but he knows the lingo, he knows people there, so he can maneuver around all the whatever problems that can crop up in Varanasi, and he is delivering. So मस्त खुशी झाली तुम्ही आयल्याक बापसुलें पूर्ण अनुग्रह आसो तुमचेरी आवसुलें आनी आमी प्रार्थना करता ती स्वाम्यांगेल अशीची प्रेरणा मेळतो और तुमकां मुखारी एक जीवनांतू एक समृद्धि एक शाश्वत जिसको कहते हैं समाधान मन में उत्पन्न बना रहे.
Last but not the least, I would like to invite Nitish Bharadwaj ma'am to please come forward.
क्या किया अभी कृष्णा क्या करे, बहुत कुछ करते हो, मुरली बजाई, पर ही इज स्टिल fizzing with ideas and all. He's going to bring out a few movies. We don't talk about it right now. It's a project that's going on. And then for that, yes, I think you need to discuss a few things with these people also. बढ़िया होने वाला है. मस्त निष्ठे न्यता नितीश मामू गुरु पूर्णिमे का इत्यादि एकाध पंथ, that's okay. Once in a while you miss out. प्रेम से रहिए भाई. आप कुछ बोलना चाहें? डेफिनेटली.
कौन सी भाषा में बोलूं?
कोंकणी, हिंदी, इंग्लिश, संस्कृत.
ये स्थान मेरे लिए बहुत विशेष है. जब केवल परिज्ञानाश्रम स्वामी जी की कुटिया थी, मंदिर नहीं बना था, और यहाँ मेरे माता पिताजी को बुलाया गया था. माता जी मेरी भानप थी, चित्रापुर सारस्वत. संस्कार मेरा चित्रापुर सारस्वत है. सरस्वती की साधना मैंने यहाँ से सीखी, और स्वामी जी ने तब बुलाकर ये कहा, तब महाभारत चरम सीमा पर था पॉपुलैरिटी के, और स्वामी जी ने कहा कि यहाँ मंदिर बनना है, यहाँ मंदिर बनना है, और उसके लिए निधि और बढ़ाना है, एकत्रित करना है. क्या हो सकता है? तो मैंने ऐसे ही बोल दिया, गोविंदा का डांस शो कर सकते हैं षणमुखानंद हॉल में, और अन्नू मलिक नाइट कर सकते हैं. और वो उन्होंने तुरंत हाँ कर दिया, और मैंने कहा मैंने क्या बोल दिया और कैसे अभी होगा, लेकिन वो हो गया गुरु कृपा से. और ये मंदिर निर्माण जब हो रहा था तब हम कई बार यहाँ पर आए. मंदिर के शिखर का जब अनावरण होना था तो बड़े स्वामी जी यहाँ पर आए थे. स्वामी जी के अब हम सब के गुरु जी के बड़े स्वामी जी वो यहाँ पर आए थे. और इसीलिए ये एक विशेष साधना स्थल मेरे लिए हमेशा से रहा है. ये तपस्थली रही है परिज्ञानाश्रम स्वामी जी की. आज ये हम सब के लिए विशेष रूप से तपस्थली है. मुझे पहले ये पूछते थे कि आपको कोंकणी आती है. अब जब मैं कोंकणी में बात करता हूँ तो मुझे पूछते हैं आपको कोंकणी आती है. पर ये एक विशेष समाज है. इस समाज ने मुझे साधक बनाया. गुरुजनों ने साधना सिखाई, समर्पण सिखाया. ये सेल्फ डाउट जो है माम, ये हम में से कईयों में इसीलिए है क्योंकि हमें साधक बनना सिखाया गया है, और इसीलिए हम में कभी वो अहंकार नहीं आता. एक ही समाज मैं जानता हूँ, मैंने पंजाबी समाज में गया हूँ, गुजराती समाज में गया हूँ, हर जगह गया हूँ, लेकिन एक ही समाज जानता हूँ जहाँ लोग पूछते हैं गुरतमेल की. एक वो कनेक्ट जो है ना, वो जो कनेक्ट है, मैं नहीं जानता हूँ, बहुत लोगों को नहीं जानता हूँ, लेकिन वो मुझे बताते हैं
कि मैं आपकी माता जी के उसका ये एंड देन आई फील वी आर अ वेरी इंसेस्चुअस समाज. कितना छोटा सा है ये प्रेम भाव और आदर सम्मान सत्कार, साथ में समर्पण और साधना, ये जो है मैंने इस तपस्थली से और इस परंपरा से सीखी है. जब स्वामी जी आए थे, पट्टाभिषेक हुआ, तो मैं मिलने गया था यहीं पूना में स्वामी जी से. तो तब कोंकणी उतनी मुझे भी नहीं आती थी, उतना अभ्यास स्वामी जी का भी नहीं था. तो हमने हिंदी में वार्तालाप शुरू कर दिया और एक तरह से एक जो अटूट संबंध गुरु शिष्य का, और ये मेरा परम सौभाग्य है कि स्वामी जी ने मुझे शिष्य स्वीकार किया. तदुपरांत बड़े स्वामी जी ने मुझे शिष्य स्वीकार किया और लगातार मार्गदर्शन करते आए हैं, जिसके कारण ये वैदिक परंपरा जो है वेद उपनिषदों की, पूरे बाहर जहाँ भी आप जाएंगे मीडिया में देखेंगे, कर्मकांड और अंधश्रद्धा इतनी ज़्यादा फैलती दिखाई देती है. लेकिन यहाँ पर इस समाज में गुरुओं ने हमेशा लॉजिक के साथ उस वेद परंपरा को, वैदिक ज्ञान को, उपनिषदों के ज्ञान को आचरण में लाने की ये जो शिक्षा हमको दी है, इसके कारण हम अलग हैं. और स्वामी जी के आशीर्वाद से मैं यही प्रयास हर बार करता रहता हूँ जब भी कोई इंटरव्यू होता है या कोई रील मेरा कटा हुआ दिखाई देता है, कि इसको आचरण में लाइए. लोग हमेशा पूछते हैं आपको गीता के सारे श्लोक याद हैं? तो मैं कहता हूँ मेरे घर में एक तोता है, उसको 700 श्लोक याद हैं, लेकिन वो आचरण में नहीं उतार सकता. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन, ये जो आप सब सेल्फ डाउट कर रहे हैं ना कि मैंने क्या किया, मुझे भी अभी मैंने क्या किया है इस कार्यक्रम में? मैंने कुछ नहीं किया है. लेकिन ये सेल्फ डाउट केवल कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते है. हमको उस कर्म के मार्ग पर चलते रहना है, फल की इच्छा नहीं करनी है. ये गुरुजन सिखाते हैं, लेकिन फिर सत्कार भी कर देते हैं. और कृतार्थ हूँ, आपका कृपाभिलाषी हूँ. धन्यवाद, नमस्कार.
आज सांगेल वारी मस्त वर्स दोन परिचयो. आय थिंक 2000 तूं ऑनरिंग म्हणून एक पंता सेशन केलेलें आहे, तावड नितीश मामाक आपयलेलें आहे. थंय मागीर बंद जालें. कलमेरी एज आय मेन्शन मेनी फेल्ट अनऑनर्ड. सो आमकां परिचय ना लोकांक. एक विद्वान आलें अथवा कलाकाराक ऑनर केल्यार दुसऱ्या कलाकाराल तो ना, बट ताका नात तूं येवन रडता मगल आजी आकल्या कर नाकाची भानगडी. आमी इतलें म्हणलेलें, आमी आशिर्वाद दितात, ती प्रार्थना करतात गुरूंगेर चरणी की तुमकां भायर मस्त ऑनर जावो. बरेंच नवें आमगेले येद्द समाज, व्हड्ड समाजान तुमगेलें ऑनर जाल्यार तितलें पुरो, आमी कसलें ऑनर करचें म्हणून. बट आतां पळयलें एक गरज अशी आसा म्हणलें अनुभव जालो. तशीच दुसरें मठ हांतून वचल्यार ऑनरान करतात. इट इज अ रेकग्निशन. सो वील टेक इफ देर इज एनी अनहॅपीनेस एट्सेट्रा, डजंट मॅटर. मेजॉरिटी आर हॅपी विथ अ फ्यू बीइंग ऑनर्ड, करेक्ट? दॅट्स ऑल. सो गोमटेकोन कोरया. वी आर एक्सपिरियंसिंग, येस दिस इज वॉट कनेक्ट्स. ये जो बता रहे थे ना आपलेपण म्हणटा ते, सो तें एक आपलेपण. बिकॉज येस आय ऑल्सो फील दॅट I know what it is to be sensitive, and I'm learning to be not, ayo, म्हाका हें जायना. Being strong also. तशी आसतना we acknowledge that this is our sadhana, it's a lifelong process with no, and definitely no immediate end to it, because there's more and more to discover. Every experiment, every demand, every challenge is going to help me discover some new strength in me. And if I can share, if I recognize somebody else also experiencing that, असूया केल्याक, जाळ केल्याक, आनी तें एक खुशयेन एक वातावरण हांगा निर्माण केल्या तशी जाता आसा. लेट अस बास्क इन दिस, लेट अस अवगाहन करचें आसता. बहुत अच्छा रहा पाए, दिस इज जेन्युइन, इट्स नॉट जस्ट एन आफ्टर थॉट. उस समय आपको किया था ऑनर, पर यू डिज़र्व दिस ऑनर बिकॉज नाउ एक प्रौढ़ता आई है जिसको लेके आप बहुत कुछ करने वाले हैं. In recognition of that, you are being, so to say, honored. It is a quality that we attribute to the Guru, और एक इस समाज में वो पनप रही है करके मैं.